Hello everyone, it's Jennifer. I am here to share my design team project for Shabby Art Boutique, the craft room, using the Yours Affectinately kit that was introduced actually last month. It was December's kit, and I'm very late in getting this out, but I figured better late than never. So I decided that I wanted to make kind of a little something that could sit on my desk and hold things. And so what I came up with was a drawer, and then on top of it, I attached a little shelf. And I don't have a tutorial on this, but I'm going to try to explain some things to some folks who had been asking based on the pictures I had posted. So let me see how I can show you this. So I'm going to have to tip it so you can see. But it's a drawer that I made out of chipboard. And then the tops also are chipboard, but I kind of cheated a little and I used, you're gonna laugh, some Pop-Tart boxes, and I cut one side off of them so that it would be open, but I had the durability. In hindsight, I probably should have reinforced the sides a little more with another sturdier piece of chipboard, but it's for me, so live and learn, and next time I do it, I would do it with sturdier chipboard. But in any case, so let me show you a couple of details. A couple of people have been asking about measurements and how did I make it, and I'm not great at tutorials, I have to tell you. I'm not really set up to do that. I sit on my floor to do these videos and have a little, what do I call it? Selfie stick that I use to do my videos with. So not very professional there at all. But that's how I've been doing it for ages, and I guess that's how I'll continue to do it. So first things first is when you're using, anytime you're constructing any kind of chipboard or, box shape out of chipboard, you always need to reinforce it with some type of, at least the way I learned. And I couldn't even tell you who, but over the years, I mean, so many people I've watched, but you basically make these 1-inch cardstock strips to start off with. You can do your cardstock for a color that'll complement it, which is what I did. You cut them at a 1-inch. Now these, I think, because of the width of my project being, I think these, you know what, let me measure one of these. These are not quite, about 8 3/4. So that is what I used. I just used 8.5 by 11 paper, cut it in 1-inch strips, and then I scored it at a 1/2 inch. So then once you scored it, then you can fold it and you get these, what I call the building pieces. So just for example, say you wanted to put these two together. You would put glue on the inside of the one and glue it here. And then let that dry, flip it over, and then I hold mine down like this, put my glue here, and then you're gonna add your next piece there. What that does is it gives it a support so that it doesn't move after you've done that. So knowing that, that is how I constructed that whole drawer. And then for the drawer itself, I basically just cut off a 1/4 inch. So my outside piece is 8 3/4, and my inside piece is 8.5. I did 1 inch in height all the way around. Those are separate cut pieces. And to put those onto the base, you use the same system with these. And then it gives you, so just to show you, so then I printed off the pattern paper in the kit, and I cut probably 7/8 or 3/4 of an inch piece to go around the insides here. And then I covered the bottom. And then the whole bottom is covered too. Now, the pink cardstock that I used was a perfect complement to the entire kit. So that worked out well. It doesn't always work that way, that you can find a cardstock sometimes that you like that goes. So in that case, you could just do craft to match your chipboard. So that's another option. Now, let's see. As far as connecting these two pieces together, I just used hot glue and glued them on. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. The inside pieces, you know, I just covered with a pattern paper also, and I'm going to take it apart here and show you everything I did. But let me start with what's in the drawer. First thing is I did some altered hidden paper clips. So there's tons of tutorials if you Google this or go into YouTube and search for hidden paperclip tutorials. There is everything from pockets and you name it. I just picked one and followed it. The lace is from Dollar Tree, very simple. And then I just used 3 different images in the kit. And as you can see, the paper clip is totally hidden, but it's in there. And these are double-sided. So no matter what side you put them on, you're going to have a beautiful image showing. And then in the drawer also, I made, I did the envelopes that were in the PDF file. They were printed 2 to a page. So I just printed those all out and scored them so they're ready to go. And then I got creative and tried my hand at a little digital creating, which I don't normally do. And what I did was I took some of my favorite elements in the kit, and Carrie Ann had this beautiful coffee tea-stained paper that, you know, it's crinkly and old looking. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute if you could just write a little thank you note or something on it? So I pulled that into my program and then pulled the elements in and arranged them how I wanted them. So I did that one. I did one with the 3 hydrangea bouquets. I did that little bouquet there. I did the little writing stationery because loved that. I did the dresses hanging on the rack, the little desserts, and then I brought in the teacups and the books. So I just thought that would be something fun to use and have in the drawer here, you know, for cute little notes and what's not. And the drawer pull, I think, was from Hobby Lobby, and I just attached it with some brads, and then I covered it up on the inside with the pattern paper over it when I was covering the drawer so you don't see it. Let me just kind of show you, if I can here, the sides and the back, and the other side is the same. And then I will show you through what is in the top here. So in this first section, I have 4 different tags that I made. And what I did was there were 3 different size tags in the kit. So I just printed those off, and I used a bulb pin to hold everything together. So I just cut some strips of lace because I thought it would look neat with those kind of behind there like that. I added some glued lace on the back of that one and a little bit of lace on the back of this one. And then on the bulb pin, I just tied a piece of sari silk that I had and a little bead that I had. And that is how I did all of these the same, and just used different trims and beads and sari silk pieces that I had on hand. So I think they turned out really pretty. I'm very happy with them. And this is the last one. I think this one is my favorite. I love pink, any shade of pink, green with it. Vintagey is even better, so, you know, I love that. And then I did 6 cards. I used just some cardstock that I had to pick up some of the colors, and then I printed off that paper that had the writing samples all over the background. I printed the frames off and then the element pieces. So everything is kind of on a frame. Just thought that kind of made the piece. And I left them all blank so they could be used for any occasion under the sun. So I really liked them. I loved these images in the kit and those bows. And I used that postage stamp on one of the frames here. And then the last hydrangea there. So that is those. And then I have the envelopes to go with those. And then I printed bigger envelopes. I figure if you have regular writing paper, these would be awesome. So I just printed these off, scored them, folded them, glued them all together. I did print them so that they are double I mean, the patterns on the same sides. So there's 3 of those in there that could be used for anything. I thought about actually putting the extra farm on them, and I still may do that. Just hadn't decided yet. And then I did 3 mini journals. And the journals, I decorated all of them so that they all had some kind of interest on the front cover. The frames, again, those pieces. I added some kind of trim. These I actually stapled together for the binding. I was going to sew them, and then I just, I stapled them. There's pockets in the front and back covers of each, and then each one of them has one of these cute little, I just had some scraps of coffee stained paper laying around, and I thought, what can I do with those besides just adding them into the signature? So I kind of make these little booklets, and it's just a page folded in half. I had some scraps of the background paper. I glued some of the elements on for decoration. I used little tabs there, and then I just stuffed if there were pockets. On the insides of them, with some extra scraps, I kind of did these little flips, so you could still write there and have that whole page. And then on the back, they each had a little pocket that I stuffed something into. So I thought that was a cute idea. And then each one is kind of themed. So this one was, I believe, like the letter writing, because there were several of the ladies with letter writing. And I tried to theme them also with the colors of the papers that went with them. So the greens, I tried to bring in the greens. I did bring in some other ones. This is avocado dyed paper. Here I glued one of the elements on. I have a little tag in there. This was an idea I had where I glued 2 doilies together to make its own page rather than folding it in half. And then I glued an element on there. This is one of the small papers in the kit, and I glued some lace trim. I have some French book pages in here. The sari silk that I pleated and sewed on. I used the little pockets, and then I created just little tags to go in them. Get that back in there. You know, it never goes back in right on camera. Some musician composition paper. Another page from the kit. This is some avocado dyed paper with some of that pom-pom trim. Here's another doily page. Just a little tag that I decorated there for decoration. That I didn't glue down. It could be a flip out. Here I brought in some little tassels I had on and added them to paper clips, and I just paper clipped some little elements on there. I had some of the extra stationery, so I just folded that and put it in there. And then I have a little paper bag here that I used as a pocket with a ticket, and I have a mini little envelope here. And this was actually some pink doily stuff I found at a little craft store we have here. And it was actually meant for bulletin boards, but I thought, I'm using it for borders. So that was that. A little fold out there. Another piece of that sari silk, French book page. Some more trim on that one. The other half of the doily page. And then the back pocket, I decorated all the pockets with some of the elements. I have another piece of that stationery. I have a cute little tag that I made there with that beautiful bow. And a tiny little envelope in there. So that was the green journal. The purple one is, I'm trying to think, what was the theme to this one? I think this one was kind of just like a day in Paris. But I used, again, more of the elements in the kit. I have a tag and a piece of stationery there. I have a vintage French book page there, some more avocado dyed paper, another doily page, some lavender trim to go with the lavender book. Here's another of those little bags, and this tag I decorated up there, and tiny little envelopes in the front of it. She's writing home about her days in Paris, or in her journal maybe. And I had some purple sari silk that I pleated and added to this. Another little pocket here, and in this one I put another one of those papers I made, and then a couple of ticket stubs. I have a ticket here with another of those little tassels that matches this book. Another page there. Some more of that sari silk on that page. And like I said, they're pretty open, lots of space in here to add photos or journaling or whatever makes me happy. And then the little booklet in this one has a little ticket here and a little embellishment with the little tab, and then the little flip up again, and a little thing in there. So I really like those little booklets. I think it gives you a lot of real estate. I think they'd be fun to do just as little things on your own. And then the last one is kind of along the lines of, this is the dressmaker's book. And she uses this to keep her notes and ideas and sketches in. So here I have one of those little pages I created with that. And here's one of her little sketches that she's keeping. And then this lifts up here. And in the back we have a ticket stub. And then a little piece of stationery with the dresses on it again, in case she needs to leave a note for someone. And I added that beautiful heart bouquet there. And here she's got, you know, I picture this as one of the ladies trying on one of her dresses. And a little decoration there. And then here, I used one of the pockets, and I have a ticket, but, you know, it's her business card she hands out with her information. And I did go into the other kit that Carrie Ann has. Oh, and I'm going to draw a blank on it right now, of course. From a few years back, and this is perfect because it was a French boutique receipt, and I thought, well, there you go, that's her little fabric receipt for her making her dresses. I know that one of the other girls on the design team also pulled from that kit because she thought it was a great idea. Little envelope here and a ticket, and then I have some of that beautiful pom-pom trim and sari silk that matches this one. A French book page, another ticket here on a paper clip with a little tassel that matches this pink one. Here's another receipt for her dress shop and some stationery. And what else? More sari silk trim there on the page. A ticket and one of the girls trying on a dress in the pocket of that page. A little flip out there. A little tuck spot here. Oops. And then I have a tag I created and a little piece of that stationery there. So these journals, somebody had asked what they measure. I'll measure the back here just to see, but I believe they are 4 3/4. It was, I think we're 5 1/2, so I think, yeah, 5, no, I'm sorry, they're 6. So I think I used a full sheet of 8 1/2 by 11 paper. Yes, I did, because of the pocket. So I folded that down. I'm trying to remember how I made this. Okay, so I know what I did. I printed double-sided, used a full sheet of 8 1/2 by 11. As I said, the books themselves measure 6 inches, and they are a full 8 1/2 by 11. And what I did was I scored a 1/2 inch on each side, folded that in because that gives reinforcement here. And then the pockets are 2 1/8. So what I did was I scored that 1/2 inch all the way down, did my 2 1/2 inch score for the pocket, and where that fold is, I notched out, folded up, and then on the inside here, let me show you something. Hopefully you can see that I have that little 1/2 inch piece there. That's what makes the pocket. And then I cut the slit diagonal here so it wouldn't interfere with the fold. Because if you leave it straight, it interferes with your fold. So hopefully that helps. If anybody's made like mini albums or stuff like that, or pockets for like notebooks and things, you're probably familiar with that whole step. But yeah, so I just glued those 1/2 inch pieces down all the way and then left those ones open for the pockets on those. So then I will take all this out so you can kind of see. I used 2 sheets of this floral paper that was in the kit because I really liked the way that looked. And I thought, well, if you didn't have anything in there, you wanted something pretty to look at. So that is what that looks like. I used 2 different Pop-Tart size boxes. One was the one that comes with, was it 8 packs? And then there's another one that comes with 16 packs. No, let me take that back. 8 pack and the 4 pack. The 4 packs are the ones you get in the grocery store. The 8 packs are the ones from Walmart. So the 4 pack, I cut the shorter side off. The 8 pack, I cut the longer side off. Glued them together, and you'd never know it because I covered with a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet back here. So I hope that answers a lot of the questions that I was seeing on where I posted the pictures of this project. I apologize, I don't have a tutorial. As I said, I'm not great at doing tutorials. Maybe I can talk Nicole into doing a tutorial. Who knows? So, in any case, I hope you enjoyed this project. I had a lot of fun creating with this kit. It's absolutely beautiful. Of course, I think all of Carrie Ann's kits are beautiful, but it really spoke to me, and I just really thought this would be something pretty to sit on my desk and be able to look at and pull from and add to, and you know, and this is wide enough that these could get really chunky and I still have a lot of room left. For that matter, if you used all this up, you could move one of them to this side. So a lot of options there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the project. I hope I inspired you to do something creative like this, and I will see you all soon. All right, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.